Hello, everyone, and welcome to this episode of Ignition Time. Let's take a look at some brand new information that's impacting the country, the economy, as well as our money. Folks, the United States Justice Department, the United States government is suing the state of Florida for changing election laws, I quote, with the purpose of denying or abridging the right of black Georgians to vote on account of their race or color. Let's take a look at the U.S. Attorney General Merrick Garland announcing that the Department of Justice, the United States Department of Justice, is suing the state of Florida for changing election laws. Wow, folks, let's roll the tape and see what the United States Attorney General Merrick Garland is saying. Let's roll the tape and watch.
Today, the Department of Justice is suing the state of Georgia. Our complaint alleges that recent changes to Georgia's election laws were enacted with the purpose of denying or abridging the right of black Georgians to vote on account of their race or color in violation of Section 2 of the Voting Rights Act.
Here's an article from the Atlanta Journal-Constitution. Justice Department sues Georgia over the new voting law. I'll quote directly from the article. Attorney General Merrick Garland announced the department filed a federal lawsuit seeking to overturn portions of the Senate Bill 202, which imposes new voter identification requirements, limits the use of ballot drop boxes, and includes other requirements that he said disproportionately affect black voters. Let me know what you think of this incredible turn of events in the comment section below. I want to know exactly what you think. Please let me know in the comment section below. My name is Dr. Nitin Chhoda. Please click the like button. Please subscribe. Please enable notifications. That is your vote of confidence in our channel, and I appreciate you supporting our channel that way. Now, let's shift gears and take a look at the Senate Minority Leader, Mitch McConnell, who simply says, I quote, "There's no voter suppression going on in any state in America." Let me know whether you agree or disagree. Let's roll the tape and hear from the Senate Minority Leader, Mitch McConnell. Let's watch.
If the president wants to keep on talking about it, we'd like to keep on talking about it too, because there's no voter suppression going on in any state in America. And the bill they were trying to pass would have taxpayer dollars spent on political campaigns, would turn the Federal Election Commission from a judge into a prosecutor, in other words, make it unbalanced, and prevent photo ID at the polls, something supported by 80% of Americans. So if the president wants to keep on talking about this bill, so do we.
And so, folks, besides voter suppression, another issue that is really causing a lot of animosity between the Republicans and the Democrats is critical race theory. I have done other videos talking about that. In fact, the New Jersey State Congressman Donald Norcross, who's a Democrat, yells the word racist at Congressman Bob Good, who's a Republican from Virginia, as Good was speaking in opposition of critical race theory during an education hearing. Wow, this is pretty incredible. Let's roll the tape and watch this rather unusual exchange involving the Democrat. Let's watch.
The Board of Education there, rather than face parental criticism, they shut down public comment, they adjourned the meeting, and they actually called the police to come in and arrest parents who had gathered to express their grievances with government and local school officials.
And speaking of unusual exchanges, here's another video clip, this time of the House Minority Leader Kevin McCarthy, who simply would not commit to keeping lawmakers who keep coming up with conspiracy theories about January 6th. He said he essentially would not commit to trying to keep lawmakers away from select committees to investigate the January 6th insurrection. Let's roll the tape and watch.
Up to January 6th, and will you commit to not putting the members in your conference who are spreading conspiracy theories or trying to minimize what happened on the 6th on that select committee?
You know, I was just with the speaker. She's never talked to me about it. Haven't seen the structure, what she does, or anything else, so I won't make any commitment till I go there.
And folks, you know by now that an infrastructure deal has been struck, a bipartisan infrastructure deal has been struck between the Republicans and the White House. I can tell you this is just the opening salvo. The Democrats are going to pass a larger $3 to $4 trillion package through reconciliation on top of this $1.2 trillion package, and House Speaker Pelosi has essentially outmaneuvered and checkmated Joe Manchin, the conservative Democrat from Joe Manchin. How did this deal actually get done? Here's the headline of an article on your screen from Politico: Wine, Watermarks, and a Farmer's Nudge. How the infrastructure deal actually got done. The Senate's centrist core is suddenly on a hot streak, winning White House buy-in for its nearly $1 trillion infrastructure plan. So this is very interesting. It's very clear that both sides were able to get together. In fact, Senator Kristen Sinema, the Democrat from Arizona, said this. The question has always been, what do we have to do to get it done? And what was the answer? She said, wine. And she said there was plenty of wine. I guess our lawmakers were drinking as they were crafting this infrastructure deal, which is essentially what she's saying. Now, in the meantime, this is also pretty interesting. Here's an article on your screen from Bloomberg News. Trump opens score-settling tour with rally against a Republican who voted to impeach him. Former President Trump is going to resume his signature rallies this weekend, part of a summer revenge tour against Republicans who have crossed him, and an opportunity to raise money for his various political and legal activities. So I guess that's what's keeping former President Trump busy. Another individual who's staying busy and trying to create all sorts of trouble is a young Congressman, Madison Cawthorn from North Carolina, essentially spewing some nonsense about unemployment insurance payments. And he's saying, I quote, "The game has always been about creating a welfare class, not empowering our economy." It's disgusting. Now, I want you to tell me in the comment section below, do you agree or disagree with Cawthorn's comments? Do you think that the goal is to create a welfare class? Let me know what you think in the comment section below. In the meantime, let's take a look at the young Congressman Madison Cawthorn, the Republican from North Carolina. Let's roll the tape and watch.
Biden is literally paying American citizens to stay home instead of getting them back to work. Who would fault an American husband or mother when they decide to stay home with their family and earn double their salary while doing it? The Biden administration knows that their policy of handouts harms and is hurting business owners. But the game has always been about creating a welfare class, not empowering our economy. It's disgusting.
And as you know, the Republicans are essentially at odds with the Democrats over a number of things. And one big thing is immigration and the border wall. In fact, the Florida Governor, Ron DeSantis, the Republican from Florida, said that Florida is sending 50, yes, you heard that right, 50 law enforcement officers to the U.S.-Mexico border at the request of the Republican governor of Texas, Greg Abbott, and the Republican governor of Arizona, Governor Doug Ducey. Let's roll the tape and watch the colorful character, Governor Ron DeSantis, the Republican from Florida.
You know, I asked our state law enforcement agencies, can you guys help? And they're like, absolutely, we're going to help. And so we're going to be sending over 50 personnel. So the request overall nationwide, they needed about 500 personnel. So Florida's filling a sizable chunk of that. So you're going to have over 50 personnel from FDLE, Fish and Wildlife.
That's it, everyone. Thank you so much for watching. My name is Dr. Nitin Chhoda. My goal is to bring you the latest news as it impacts the country, the economy, as well as our money. I work very hard on this channel to bring you the latest news. I want you to please click the like button. Please subscribe. Please enable notifications. That is your vote of support in all the efforts that we put into this channel, my phenomenal video production team of Joseph and Jeanette. Thank you so much for watching. Please click the like button. Please subscribe. Please enable notifications. I appreciate you. I'm looking forward to seeing you in the next episode of Ignition Time. Take care. Bye.